I want to first of all commend you on your bravery.
I only did what I had to, Slater.
You heard 6 to 7 gunshots.
7.
On Friday morning in the early hours, 1:30. Are you normally up at that time?
Not normally. Usually I'm trying to sleep so that I'm ready for work the next day.
We were first familiar with your story as someone had shared shared with me a Facebook video that you did saying that you were one of 2 folks who had responded to this kid who was shot in your neighborhood, right across the street from your home.
Yeah, my buddy Walter. Hey, I know you're listening out there. Told you. It wasn't just us. There were a couple other people from the neighborhood that had come out, but they had done more checking and in realizing that I was already taking care of the 16-year-old kid. They had stayed back and just kind of were exterior comfort until the first responders got there.
And you said the first responders were less than 2 minutes.
Oh, they were very quick. Very, very quick. I thank everybody that responded to that. You guys did a great job.
We talked about when someone hears gunshots or gunfire, their immediate reaction may be to take cover or run from the situation and not toward it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't suggest to anybody to run towards gunfire by any means necessary.
So why did you?
Hearing a kid's cry for help.
Your stepfather was your first responder.
Yeah, my stepfather, RJ, he's great guy, great guy. A great father for my siblings. He's got a lot of heart, and if I really didn't have that chip on my shoulder going, what would he do? What would his reaction be to this? I really don't think I would have had the courage to be able to react the way I did.
Are you kind of well known in the west side of Pittsfield?
I wouldn't say well known, but now I would say I'm fairly well known.
And you have no hesitation about talking to the Eagle or talking to us this morning about 95.9. I mean, you're credited with saving this kid's life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, it's something that needs to be talked about. It's, a lot of people are hush-hush about a lot of what goes on. And I mean, it's not like I'm really throwing myself out there at risk. I didn't see any vehicle. I don't know who did it. I have no clue. So when it all comes down to it, why not talk? It's this kid's story.
And the victim who will remain nameless. And you have no, I mean, the Pittsfield police have talked to you. You really have no idea who the assailants might be.
None at all.
You just responded
to the victim.
To the victim. Have you talked to the victim since?
Yes. Yeah.
Has he thanked you?
Absolutely. The kid's, as far as I know, he's a good kid, 16 years old, messaging me back and forth. He's already telling me he's like back up to starting to walk again and everything else. And he's looking to make a full recovery. I'm actually hoping to meet him either today or tomorrow.
What instinctually changed when you, I mean, again, first reaction, most people, when they hear that, is to run away, but you had run toward it. You and another gentleman. Was there any hesitation there, or just kind of blinders went up and said, "Listen, this is another human in need of my assistance"?
Blinders all the way. Blinders all the way. The only time there was a hesitation was when I got to the end of my driveway. I paused for a second to make sure, like, the danger's gone. And the immediate second that I realized there's nobody else out here except for this poor kid, it was run, slide. I'm at his side, asking him if it's okay that I roll him over and check and, try and stop something somewhere. And he said, "Yeah, please just save me, just help me. Am I gonna die?" And it sits so deep in my head. It was a lot.
Are you terribly unhappy with what's happening in your neighborhood in the city of Pittsfield?
I'm very disappointed. I wouldn't say terribly unhappy, because there's a lot of potential for these older guys to take these younger guys and do something positive with them.
Like what? What do you think? You had mentioned other outlets to burn off steam, so to speak, in your Eagle article.
I was thinking of anything from even, okay, these kids are in love with weapons. Why not paintball guns? Put down the firearms. Pick up the paintball guns. These younger guys want to look up to these older guys. If you're out there doing stuff that they shouldn't be around, don't bring them around that. Bring them to the basketball court. Bring them to a ball game. Something other than this. There's got to be something better to do. Pick up games of basketball. Whatever happened to going and playing baseball at the park and,
Do you, does things like this make you feel unsafe in your neighborhood? Do you plan
No, not at all. Believe it or not, I don't. It's not the neighborhood. That general area, yes, has its own issues, but it's how individuals react. It's not that, this, as far as I know, this is the only, 2 in the past 3 years,
And if you look at gun violence, it's happening in other parts of the city.
It's happening all over the place. Not just our city, it's everywhere. Unfortunately, it's everywhere.
Kyle Maynard is on the radio with us. He's a resident of Columbus Ave in the city of Pittsfield and credited with saving the life of a young man who was shot 1:30 in the morning on Friday. First responders were there within 2 minutes, according to Kyle's...
Very fast. Real quick. They did a great job.
Well, I don't have a bunch more questions for you. I just wanted to credit you and commend you on your bravery when most people wouldn't do that. And I mean, you're a hero, dude. You saved the kid's life.
I would do it again without thinking about it.